Hey everybody, the Bongas here, just here to celebrate 3 years on YouTube. It was back in September 4th, 2008 that I decided to get into LPing. Well, it started pretty slow, and at the end, look at me now. I got over 6,000 subscribers, pushing 7,000, and all you guys made this possible. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for helping me realize that I still belong here. So anyways, for my 3 year special, I decided to come up with this little thing called Truth Serum. In other words, you get to private message me your honest opinions about me, no matter how good or bad, and I'll share them with pretty much everybody. So anyways, I'm going to go for the first one here for Iceblade Fireblade 202, and here's what he said. Short and sweet, hopefully. Anyway, personally, you're my favorite LPer, and I really like the fact you do one great game after another. Don't stop LPing, because I'll run out of things to watch once I finish all watching all your LPs. I really like your Super Princess Peach LP, and the humor and rare rage moments made my laugh a lot. I'm pretty sure he meant me, whatever. I can't wait for your future projects, and if you don't mind, would you do Sonic Battle if you haven't already? It is a good Sonic game in my opinion, and your humor would make it an awesome LP. Well, as far as Sonic Battle goes, I haven't had that on my agenda yet, and no, I haven't done it yet. I heard it's a Sonic fighting game, and well, I'm only good at some fighting games, I'm not that great at Sonic in general. If I run out of ideas, or if there's high demand, I'll probably do it, though I won't make any guarantees. And thank you so much for being so loyal. You would have a hard time running out of things to watch once you finish all my LPs because, well, I have over 300 projects done. That's a lot of projects. You're going to be there for a long time. Hopefully you don't plan to do that in one sitting because you would probably die like a tenth of the way through. Like seriously, you have a lot of blood clots in your bum and that'd be terrible. So yeah, thank you so much for being so loyal and I hope to keep entertaining you in the future. Okay, this one comes from RayKid227, and he writes, since you requested this to your fans as a 3 year special for your YouTube career, I might as well jump on the bandwagon. You are one of my favorite Let's Players of all time. Aww, thank you. I especially love your Pokemon LPs. Anyway, a suggestion that I have in mind would be Banjo-Tooie for the N64. I hope your LPs live on in YouTube's history. I just can't believe you made over 4,000 videos in just 3 years. Well, when I started off, when I lived by myself, and, well, pretty much uploaded too much back then, like 10 videos a day, I made like 100 videos in almost a week. Nowadays, I just slow down a lot, maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe at most 6 or 7 videos a day. But it's usually in the range of 3 or 4, just to keep things well even and get more views that way. Because, back then, when I was making like a whole lot of uploading, I didn't get a lot of views from my old projects. Because I had to upload so fast. But anyways, now that I changed my habits, things are going to be a lot better. As for Banjo-Tooie, I'm thinking of doing it, but I'm just waiting for the right time. Like, I know it's been a while since I did Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge. But right now, a lot of people have already done Banjo-Tooie, therefore there's no huge demand for it despite getting asked to do it a lot. There are a lot of projects there done of that game. Does it really need to be done by me? Well, it doesn't need to, but if I need to finish the series, I give it a shot eventually. I'm just waiting for the right time to do so. Alright, this comes in from EB Agent J with the cute little Gardevoir for a picture. First, thank you for this alternative since I didn't have the time skill for my original video idea, as it turns out. Yeah, back then I was thinking of maybe a video tribute of me or something to be like a parody. I decided to scrap that idea. The original video, by the way, was going to be a compilation of clips of you saying penis or some variation thereof, because you seriously say it a lot, especially in your older LPs. Yeah, that was kind of true. It was going to end with, this is why everyone thinks you're gay, here's to another year of insightful commentary. I also consider that a That's What She Said compilation. Anyway, you are not the first LPer I've ever gotten hooked on, and I can't even say you're the funniest or the best. What I can say is that you are far and away the nicest I have ever encountered. Despite your thousands of subscribers, you still thank your new ones individually. Well, when I can, of course. You encouraged me to try my own LPing, and she's doing Pokemon Emerald, by the way. I suggest you check it out. and gave me good feedback when I was just starting out. You have always answered my questions in a prompt manner and never once seemed weirded out that I always seem to turn to you for things, even though we don't really know each other. Unlike some LPers that I won't name, you have hilarious commentary and play excellent games. You don't usually berate or belittle your commenters, no matter how inane or stupid what they say is. If they're trolls, I assume you just ban them. Not to mention the frequency with which you post guarantees that almost every time I need a little break, there's something new up from you for me to enjoy, not including your extensive back catalog that, months after subscribing, I've hardly made a dent in. Not only do I enjoy your selection of games greatly, and I do enjoy your commentary a lot, I also appreciate that usually you'll go for 100% completion, showing off as much of the games as you possibly can. The few things you skip are always understandable. Usually it's difficult for me to find that kind of completion on LPs. Even more popular and established ones tend to go, if you want to see it, play the game for yourself, and ignore things I'd like to see. So happy 3rd anniversary, Banga. Here's to many more. Your kindness, charm, and wit has served as an inspiration to me, and who knows how many others who decide to break into LPing. Maybe one day you and I can work on something together somehow. Well, thank you for that very long message there. I read every little bit of it. I mean, I'm just so thankful to have such loyal fans, even if they got to criticize me, and I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, is my commentary the best? Not really, and I'm far from the funniest. I have many moments where I don't even say a single joke, and I just wait for the right time. Okay, so I'm not perfect like every other LPer, but I mean, I do my best. I mean, I'm glad you appreciate that. I do whatever I can to be there for others and encourage others to give it a shot. And if there's something I don't like if it looks like terrible quality or things like that, chances are I'll just send you a private message and say, here's a little bit of advice for you. And usually I'll give good feedback, and rarely do I give negative feedback unless it's just some kind of hate mail or anything. And even then I'll probably just flag it or block it, I don't know. I don't tend to start any flame wars because I'm not a fighting kind of person. I just tend to go with the flow and make YouTube or Let's Playing a fun thing, as it should be. I mean, it's already very fun already. I mean, I'm just making it a little bit more entertaining in any way that I personally can. Okay, this one comes in from AE Duo, or A Duo, whatever you want to call him. I've never heard of that name before, I'm just reading it the way I see it. And he says, while opinions can be useful, I think this would be better as a call-out for suggestions and feedback. It sounded like you just wanted people to tell you how they thought of you as a person, when that doesn't really matter all that much with respect to a channel. And we also can't really know a whole lot about you to really like or hate you as a person through a bunch of videos. You could be a total horrible dick and I and your viewers wouldn't know. Not really giving you crap about it, just a suggestion for this whole thing. Anyway, your Let's Plays have been mostly enjoyable. You tend to be very thorough and informative, which is good. Someone could reasonably watch a part of your videos and find out what to do in a part of a game, which is mostly the purpose of these. As for gripes, there isn't much, just your humor can be pretty corny sometimes, but I guess it's not too bad. It's pretty bad when you do voices for people in games, especially females. It's a bit amusing, but can be a bit grating hearing a guy try to do a chick voice. Might want to do a voice that's more natural for you, for the sake of clarity and wanting to listen to it. Well, with a voice like this, do you find it easy to do a chick voice? No, it's not that easy at all. And I mean, I'm only trying to do it just for humor and try to blend in with the game. Like, even if it's grating for you, I mean, and others, some people might enjoy it. I mean, I don't mind doing a chick voice as long as it's not too extensive, otherwise I'll just hurt my throat. But right now I seem to be doing just fine with it. I mean, as far as me being who I am as a person, well, that's not what this is about at all. This is about what you think about me as an LP or things like that, or, just like things about my internet persona. It has nothing to do with me as a real person. Like, deep down in person, I'm a real nice guy. Most of the time, I'm not a perfect person. I mean, if I'm a dick to you, 9 times out of 10, you did something to deserve it. Like, I'm not going to be a dick to someone for no reason. That's not who I am. That's not how my parents raised me to be like. Like, I believe in showing respect for others as much as you would want respect for yourself. And that's just who I am today. My humor, well, yeah, it can be corny, but I think that's just my appeal. Like, I'm not a total comedian or anything. Sometimes a humor that's corny can be quite a charm. Maybe not for some people, but it could be for others. I mean, I'm just doing what I like to do, and it's been part of who I am for the past few years. So anyways, I'm just going to stick with it, maybe make a little improvements now and then, because, there's always room for improvements. And I'll just take it from there, plain and simple. Okay, this one comes from Super Teeter64, nice picture of Ermac, by the way. And he writes, "Hey, just replying to your newest video thus far. I'd have to say my greatest memory of your LPs is when I was looking up an LP Congo's Caper for the SNES, and then I found yours. It was really funny and amusing, and since that game is so highly underrated, I thought I'd look more into your videos and subscribe to you. Seeing as if you've done like hundreds of games, well, at least it feels like it, and believe me, I have done hundreds of games. That's pretty darn awesome. Or damn awesome. In short, that's about it. I hope to do some LPs of my own someday. Wish me luck. Peace." Well, as regarding with your own LPs, good luck with that, and nice Kirby's there, by the way. Yeah, I usually like to do a lot of underrated games because, well, we've all seen a lot of LPers that do mainstream games, and that's pretty much all they do. Like, some people do the same kind of games over and over and over, and that's not the person I want to be identified as. I want to be able to offer lots of different things to the table. Like, even now, I'm still offering different things. So anyways, I'm just going to keep doing what I do, which is like do different projects now and then, good ones and ones you never hear of. Maybe a bad one now and then, just to find something to rage on, and well, keep entertaining you as much as I entertain everyone else. And as for your own LPs, good luck with that. And if you need any pointers, just give me a shout out, okay? Okay, this one comes from VengeToning, and he writes, "Hey, I have to use this channel because my main one got terminated. Fucking TV Tokyo." Well, you probably did use material from them, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, it's not about me, it's about your 3-year anniversary. I can't believe it's just been 3 years. Ah well, you asked for our honest opinion about you, and here you have it. If you decide to put this on your video, you can say my name if you want to. I'm not afraid of being flamed, so here goes. You were one of the first people in the Let's Playing community I subscribed to, and I never regretted subscribing to you. I like your commentary, the way you play games, and the games you decide to play are interesting. I loved every project I actually watched. There are projects I haven't watched simply because they were posted before I subscribed, and I couldn't be bothered to watch them, I guess. The reasons I don't watch some of the projects you did after I subscribe are that the games simply didn't seem interesting to me, but hey, you can't please everyone, or because I find your parts too long and posted too frequently. I'm not asking you to change it because loads of your subscribers probably love it. Though if I really like the LP, I'll watch it no matter how long the parts are. So keep it up, and I hope that I can be as good as you one day. Cheers. Well, all I can say is if you're really determined in LPing, and you got the passion for it, you will be as good as me one day. Or maybe even better. I don't know, everybody's got that potential. So anyways, thanks for being a loyal fan to my videos, even though you probably can't watch all of them. Well, I mean, I have lots of projects, and I don't think there's one person that likes every single one of them. I mean, there's got to be some games you're just not a fan of, and I mean, that's fine, to each their own. Some parts I do too long because I try to get from one segment of the game to the other, and sometimes it could take longer than I want it to. But really, I don't like to keep parts like fragmented and all that stuff. So some parts I try to keep short, and other parts, well, I have to like get to a point in the game where I say I gotta get to this, and then probably just stop from there. Especially in the middle of a cutscene, I try to like get stuff done after the cutscene, so if I wanted to level grind off footage, I can do that, rather than having to skip an entire cutscene and explain what happened, because that just wouldn't be fun. So anyways, if you're really dedicated to LPing, give it a shot, and you'll probably be successful someday. Okay, this one comes from Wavemaster Ashy, who's been a long-time fan of mine and loyal watcher. So anyways, here's what he writes. Well, I have to admit I'm a bit torn. On the whole, I'm fairly approving. You're amusing for the most parts. There are some parts where I say, okay, you've made your point, move on. You know what you're doing. But I kinda soured a bit when I see needless to me cheating or save state abuse. I can understand it to some extent, but when I see you take a hit and go, I'm not going to let that happen, and low state, I can't help but say, for the love of God, will you please accept that dying is part of the game? Like I said, it's not a wrong in and of itself. It makes perfect sense for a quarter-eating arcade game or a KaiOS game, but I sometimes find myself saying, what's the point of watching it? You'll probably just abuse cheats and save states anyways. I guess what I'd say is it's okay to show some warts in performance. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, I find I respect people more who don't feel the urge to be perfect like that. Well, that's your opinion of me, and well, I respect that. I mean, I don't try to cheat too much. Like, there are some parts I probably will, just for the sake of, well, saying, well, I'm kind of bad at this game, and I want to get to the end of it, and that's why I would do it. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but I feel that sometimes I just want to show the end of the game from beginning to end, and if that's what I have to do, then so be it. I know I'm not going to make everybody happy. I mean, I stopped trying to make people like everybody happy a long time ago, because in LPing and in life, there are some people you will never please no matter what you do, and I say, screw them! I'll just focus on the people that are happy with what I do. Like, there are some games that I don't save state or cheat in. I mean, that's fine. I try to do that every now and then. And if I get myself in a bad spot, then I'll probably do it because, well, as you would know, and a lot of people know, I'm pretty impatient when it comes to gaming, and there are some points I want to get from point A to point B whenever I can, then I'll probably just reload just for the sake of not having to wait so long to get there. I mean, it's a flaw of mine, I will admit that, but it's just who I am. I mean, I'll try to keep improving every now and then, just to be better. Like, there are some times, like you said, that I do cheat in some points that are understandable, like in Secret of Mana, for example. I wanted to show off all the upgraded forms of the final weapons, and for me to do that, I had to get orbs from enemies, and that would take hours and hours and hours to do. So I did a little cheat to get the orbs, and some people complained about it, but then, well, like I said, if I was like doing that legitimately and got to max level and found the final bosses too easy, you'd be complaining about that too. Well, maybe not you, but some people would, and that's why I didn't want to take too long. Usually when I'm in a project, I don't want to spend too long doing something off footage just so I can continue, otherwise I may not get the chance to record again for a good while. That's why I try to rush things. That's just who I am, and well, I'll keep doing my best to improve on my gameplay, though I won't make any guarantees. Alright, this one comes from longtime fan Eel Lightning. Here's my honest opinion of you, Newfie I think you're awesome. You're a really funny guy with a large range of games and very helpful and very nice. You're always calm and cool in situations, and you give great advice. In fact, I'll go on to say I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for you. You entertain me with your LPs, which I think are some of the best, even with some games I'm not a fan of. You subbed to me back when I didn't have anything to offer, but most of all, you helped me out, teaching me things and giving me advice. I learned a lot about LPing and just video games in general from watching you, and I'd just like to say thanks for all the help, man. None of my success could have happened without you. You're an awesome dude and a wonderful friend. Yeah, I think you're a wonderful friend too, Zio, and I'm glad you think of me in such a way. I believe you have a lot of potential when it comes to LPing, and, well, you've already shown that in the past, and even now. I say keep up with what you're doing, and you'll be one of the top guys as well. Keep it up, man. Alright, this one comes from another loyal fan, Cancer Bubble SP, and he writes, honestly, I think you're an awesome person in general, and in regards to LPing, you mixed a perfect amount of funny and informative comments to make commentary that tends to never get old. Adding that to the wide variety of games you do makes it so people who grew up with different games than others can find games they like, as well as potentially finding new games to like. Long story short, you're an excellent LPer and definitely deserve the subscribers. Wow, that was quite a mouthful there, but thanks for the support, Cancer. I mean, I'm glad you've been a loyal fan of me ever since I started streaming, somewhere in the middle of my first year, perhaps. But yeah, I've gotten out of streaming for a good while. I'm just waiting for the right time to get back into it. And I'm pretty sure you're very antsy towards my Mega Man Battle Network 2 LP that's coming up once I get 7,000 subs. I mean, a lot of people were very happy with me doing the first one. I thought I was going to do pretty bad, and then I started getting used to it a bit more. So I'm getting a little better with that style of gameplay, and I hope to keep it up in the sequels to come. Thanks. Alright, this comes from Young Sora 1, and he writes, "Okay, you're not my favorite LPer, but you're doing great. It's been 3 great years of you on YouTube. My favorite LP of yours so far is Mario Strange Quest, and my idea for your 3-year anniversary is for 1 month you do the top 3 highest suggested LPs." Wow, that's quite a mouthful as well. Like, not even a single comma or a period or anything. I felt like that was just all one big sentence and everything. Okay, so I'm not your favorite LPer. I mean, that's fine. I mean, there are a lot of different people and different LPers for anyone to enjoy. I don't expect to be anyone's favorite, and I'm okay with that. I'm just glad that people are fans of me, even though I'm not the number one guy. I mean, I don't have to be the number one guy. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, and as for, like, the 3 highest suggested LPs, like, what are the top 3 highest suggested LPs? Like, if they're like the mainstream games like Kingdom Hearts or Twilight Princess or Final Fantasy VII, how can they be the highest suggested if they're already done? Like, there's so many LPs of them that it's very rare to find an LP of a game that's never been done by anyone. Well, games that are very old and whatnot, or rare, it's very hard to determine who can suggest that that would be the highest suggested LP. And besides, do I really need to do, like, the biggest games there? No, I don't have to. In fact, they don't need for me to do them. That's just the way it is. There's just so many people doing LPs now that chances are most projects are just going to be done over again and again and again and again. Ocarina of Time's a good example. Usually when someone comes in, that's pretty much the first game that somebody does. So they're thinking, oh, I'm going to do one of the best games ever, that'll give me a lot of subscribers. How? If people already seen it, why would they need to see someone else do it? That's just the way it is. That's why I don't do top projects all the time and mix in a rare one now and then. That's just my style, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. Alright, this one comes from MaxMel27, and he writes, "Dear Banga, okay, I think you're cool and your LPs rock. Best memory of your LP was when you did an LP of Mega Man 6 and you had that one level that was a perfect run that was just epic. Yeah, that's on the Naked Gaming Group channel. If you're there, check it out. I did an LP of Mega Man 6 there. I think it was Flame Man stage and I never took a single hit, and that was the only stage I never took a single hit on. Have you ever thought about doing an LP of Conquer for the N64 or Conquer's Bad Fur Day, which is a remake on the Xbox, or do Shadow Man 2? Also, I know you watch WWE. What's your thoughts on the whole Kevin Nash story arc? Sincerely, hopefully a new friend, Max Mel." Well, thanks for being a loyal supporter of my LPs. I continue to do my best for everyone. Conquer's Bad Fur Day, I tried recording that on my own time, like not as an LP, but as a test, and it didn't work that well for me, so I'm going to scrap that project, and, well, it's been overdone as well. Shadow Man 2, I think that's for the PS2, so therefore I would not be able to do it. I tried a PlayStation 2 emulator, it doesn't work that well on my computer. Like, the cutscenes worked fine, but the gameplay was just lagging, and besides, I already got a whole lot of other projects to do on many different consoles and handhelds. Why do I need to add another one now? And as for me watching WWE, yeah, I watch it a lot regularly. And as far as that story arc is going, I think it's going really well. Like, they're not rushing the storyline or anything with Kevin Nash, Triple H, and CM Punk. Like, they're just making it go timely and just work out some good promos before getting a big match on the go. I think Triple H and CM Punk's going to have one hell of a match in Night of Champions. I don't know if I'm going to see the pay-per-view. And as for Kevin Nash, I say he'll still be sticking around, even though I don't see him competing for a while because of that underlying medical condition, which they still haven't determined what it was, or they're not announcing it. Let's just say it's going to be very interesting to see where they go from there. Okay, here's another message, and this one's from Total Domination. Each zero, or each O, is really a zero. "I just want to say that you're an amazing LPer. The first LP I watched of yours was WWF Warzone. That was a game that nobody else, as far as I knew, had LP'd, and Warzone was one of my favorite games of all time. So to see you LP it and do it justice really got me interested in your videos. So I thought, let's see what else he's done. I decided to browse through your channel and watch some of your other LPs, like Earthworm Jim, a few Mario ROM hack ones, and so on. After a while I decided to subscribe to you as you were a good LPer. I don't know if I'm fucking magic or if it's just a coincidence, but ever since I subscribed to you, you've been doing a lot more games that look interesting and or that I like, and your commentary has been getting better to the point where, even if you're playing a bad game like the Teletubbies for one, I can happily sit through it knowing that what you got to say will make it all worth it. And as of recent times, you seem to be at your best, LPing games like Mega Man Battle Network, Super Bomberman 2, Mario Strange Quest, and as of recent times, the original Super Smash Bros., and your commentary brilliant as your jokes are actually funny, and while you may not like it, when you go off on a rant about something, I actually want to hear the whole thing. Not even kidding here, I would consider putting you in the same league as Chugga Conroy in terms of how good of an LPer you are. But as with everything, you're not perfect. First of all, you refuse to LP Touhou games, saying they'd be too stressful. Well, I played Touhou games before, and yes, they are hard, but not ridiculously so. You can play the game on easy mode if you want. I play it on easy mode. You do LP for fun, and you don't take the game seriously, right? So then you shouldn't have to worry about how much you're going to die, or if you play cheaply, abusing the bomb system from when you're too lazy to dodge the bullets. And not all the Touhou games are of the bullet hell genre. There are actually Touhou fighting games. You could do one of those. I guess I was just trying to get you to open up to the Touhou series as well, is all, as you seem like you are against it for some pretty weak reasons. But all in all, you're a great LPer, and I hope you continue being so until the day you die. Well, that would be a very long time, because I'm only 24, I'll almost be 25 by the way. I continue to LP until the day I die, that'd be like, what, 30, 40 years or something? I'm pretty sure I run out of games then. But yeah, thanks for the loyal support, and checking out my other projects as well. Unfortunately, Part 1 of WWF Warzone was pulled down for copyright. Thank you, WWE. So anyways, the whole project is on a Game Anyone project. Like, it was backed up, Part 1 was. That way you can watch it there. I mean, yeah, I know I'm not perfect, and I don't expect to be. If I was here trying to be perfect, it wouldn't be fun, right? So, yeah, about me dying, like, when I talk about how much I'm going to die, usually I do that for a little bit of humor. Like, sometimes I gotta be frustrated at times to make things a little interesting. As for me being in the same league as Chugga Conroy, that's quite a big step there. Like, I may not be a fan of him, but he has a lot of popularity. Like, no denying that. Am I up to his level? That's way too soon to tell. Like, we're in completely different worlds. Like, he's got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers and far few videos than what I do. So, yeah, we're very different, and I prefer it that way. As for me doing Touhou games, like, maybe I will in the future, but I'm not saying I guarantee it. I mean, personally, do I really need to doing all kinds of games of almost every series imaginable? Well, there are some series that I'll just leave out because somebody else will do them. Like, I don't want to confuse everyone saying I got too much stuff. Like, if you're opening a restaurant and you have 30 different menu items, it's going to confuse people and be very expensive. And you just have a lot of bad ideas. Me, I don't like to do too much. I like to have variety, but not too much variety. And that is why I'm going to hold off on Touhou for a good while. Hope you can understand that. Alright, this one comes from guitaristdudezero, and he writes, "So unfortunately, I've only been watching you for a few current LPs now, but I do have to say I really do enjoy your work and being consistent, uploading, and good commentary. I have seen you around before, but I'm not really sure why I didn't get into it more. I'm guessing it was just that what you were uploading at the time, if I played it recently or something and didn't get to hear the commentary, since that is a big factor in who I watch. I've been going back to watch a lot of your old stuff, which has been fun as well. Actually, I just watched your Mega Man Game Gear LP this morning, since I like obscure games, and Mega Man games, so that was cool. I also like the Mario hacks or ROM hacking in general, so if you find any cool ones after your current games, that'd be good, but it's your channel, so just a suggestion. It just sucks my computer just refuses to allow me to use save states, like I usually try not to anymore anyway, mostly because of Raocow, lol. But so many hacks are just designed with save stating in mind. Oh well, You don't have to show this since it's pretty long, a lot of rambling, and I'm a manga noob. But if you do, that's fine too. I mean, of course I'd show you. I mean, just because you haven't been watching me that much doesn't mean I'm going to ignore you. I mean, you have as much right to comment on me as everyone else does. It's that simple. So yeah, I'm glad you got a chance to enjoy some of my obscure gaming projects as well as ROM hacks. Like, I don't try to do too many ROM hacks because they're like the same kind of game. Well, most of them are. And I like to balance it out with actual games that have been out for a good while. So, I try to mix it up now and then, but that's just who I am, and that's how I'm going to do it. So glad you all got a chance to enjoy it, and sorry to hear you can't use save states. Maybe you gotta put your ROMs in like your hard drive or something? Because I remember having them on a CD or some kind of USB drive, and it didn't work for me. Maybe you just gotta put them in a different drive, that's all. Give it a shot. Alright, this message comes from Jesse699, and he writes, or I think that's a he. Hello, first I want to thank you for your efforts on YouTube and for all the work you've put into putting together so many Let's Plays. But there's somewhere around 400 playlists, or close to it, or more on your channel, and it's getting difficult to find particular games or hunt down unseen games in your channel, and the ads on GameAnyone.com tend to bug down my laptop. So I think you should take advantage of the ability to put links directly in the video. Either on some other account or in a separate playlist, you should make a handful of videos that link up to all your different games that you've played. Arrange them by system or type, however you like to do it, if you so decide. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and another thank you for continuing to refuse to join as a YouTube partner and be an advertising outlet. Well, on my Weebly website, I tend to have my YouTube playlists organized there. Though I haven't really touched that in quite some time, I really ought to get back to it. So I haven't really dealt with that in months and months. That could be very outdated. I don't know, I guess I just haven't been finding the time to do it, that's all. As for doing a video on it or just putting the links on my channel, I tried to make a list of all the LPs that I've done, but apparently I just don't have enough room to put them in. They have character limits and stuff. That's why I haven't done it. So as for me being a YouTube partner, well, let's just say that I'm not ready for it, and I don't see the reason for me to do so. I mean, if I become a YouTube partner, will people magically come to watch my videos? It's just going to be the same as usual. The only difference is I'll be making money, and I'll be having ads on there. That's pretty much the only difference. I mean, just because somebody's a YouTube partner doesn't mean they're automatically someone you have to watch. You were probably a fan of them before then. I mean, it probably won't change as much. If they do, it's because they tend to be dicks in the first place. That's just the way it is. It's not all about money. It's all about having fun. Well, the thing is, if you lose your job, then, making money here would be a good idea. Even if it's not a sustainable source of income. But right now, I'm just not ready for it because I already have a job and I don't need the ad revenue. Let's just put it that way. I don't plan on being a YouTube partner anytime soon. End of story. Alright, this one comes from Random Man AJS. Dear Newfie, having been subscribed to you since the beginning, there are a lot of good memories that however, I don't know what that means. It's probably a moment you'd like to forget, but in your Mega Man X3 LP, you're from Ownage to this versus Crushed Crawfish. The other moment of yours I like was the brain fart you had for one whole episode, not finding a light switch in Knuckles Chaotix. You did not know what to do. The very next episode, at the beginning, you explain what happened and how you got where you got. You have come a long way from when I first watched you. Your biggest issue is barely existent now. You used to be very whiny. Now you only complain like that when you are well and truly pissed at the game you're playing or just frustrated in general. I liked watching your LPs of obscure games, most of them anyway. I also appreciate how you've played every game I've ever suggested to you outside of your subscriber tourneys. You are still one of the best I've seen to this day. The one thing I have to say is sometimes your commentary gets repetitive from episode to episode, and it gets stale and old sometimes. Just making all the sexual jokes you make, don't you get sick of them? No pun intended. Even though I don't really see a pun there whatsoever. Make more non-sexual references of any sort, movies, other games, pop culture, politics, etc. in your commentary. It'll help you. Your mind needs to come out of the gutter a little bit. I like a few, they can get old after a while. One last comment, when your phone rings off the hook 6 or more times, you go nuts at it, and it can be a running gag that turns into comedy gold. Well, thanks for the constructive feedback and, giving me some good advice. See, the thing is, usually when I make sexual jokes, it's more like my comfort zone and it's hard to step out of it, because usually when you do that a lot, you're more comfortable with it. I try to do jokes of other things, so I have a hard time remembering them and trying to get them at the right time. That's the thing I still deal with. So, I don't run off a script or anything. I just go live and just come off with whatever's on my mind. That's all. So yeah, I used to be whiny back then. Now I try not to whine as much. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll keep improving any way I can. That's all. Alright, this one comes from Aryan Game 215 or 215. I like how you always say bombs, you want 'em, when a bomb is shown. Sometimes I enjoy hearing your frustration, such as in a Super Mario thing, even though I'm sure me and lots of people would get just as frustrated playing that hack. Yeah, you probably would, unless you knew everything off by heart. I like how fast you put up your videos and that you seem to have more time to upload videos than other LPers. I just like your sense of humor overall, though sometimes a bit too dirty for me. I would like to see you play other ROM hacks besides Super Mario World and the Mega Man series. You say you don't like strategy RPGs, and I think I remember your reasons about how complicated they were. But I think you should at least try the Shining Force games on Genesis and Sega CD, if you haven't, since they are simple and don't rely a lot on complex stats like other strategy RPGs. Those games are almost as simple as chess in my opinion, but still have a lot of careful planning in attacking enemies. Shining Force 2 even has a large overworld to explore like a regular RPG. The Shining Force series have a lot of great reviews about how they are some of the best RPGs on a Sega system. It would be nice to see you try Sega Saturn games if that's possible. Thanks for letting me and your fans give our opinions on you. I hope mine don't offend you. Actually, I don't think any of your comments offend me at all. I thought they were really well thought out and nice. Thank you so much for the support. As for strategy RPGs, I'd rather keep away from them for now for a little bit longer because I already have a lot of genres that I work on at this point. I don't want to expand my library a bit too much. And I think the Shining Force games, even though they're easy compared to other tactical RPGs, would just seem a bit long for me. So I'd rather stay away from that for now, and if there's a lot of demand, I'll probably get into that, but right now I'm just going to pass. Sega Saturn games, I likely will not do for a very, very good while, because emulation of that is still not perfect. So I'm going to wait for any groundbreaking emulation for Sega Saturn to find out that all the games are compatible, because I tried an emulator and one game wasn't. Therefore, I'm just going to pass on it and just wait till later. Okay, this one comes from Bob013, and he writes, Hey Bonga, I've been watching your videos for a few months now, and I saw the opportunity to give you a bit of feedback. I have been loving your LPs. I have nothing to say that is bad. I think your LPs are brilliant, and I don't think you have to change them in any way. My favorite LP you have done would be either Aria of Sorrow or Dragon Ball Z Boo's Fury. I also love your voice and accent. It is very flamboyant, and that is what I believe makes your videos that one bit better than other LPers. I also love when you fail in a game and out of that big roar, "Aww!" Anyways, keep doing what you're doing, and you're doing it best. Peace. Now, am I doing it much better than every other LPer? I wouldn't say so. I say every LPer has their own charm, but I'm really glad that what I'm doing has my own charm. As far as my flamboyant accent can go, I think that's why people keep asking if I'm gay and stuff. But really, I'm not gay. If I sound that way, it's just because that's the way my accent is. And some people ask if I'm gay in almost an offensive way, and I really dislike that. Really, is that really that big of a deal whether I am or not? I am straight, but whether I'm gay or not, it doesn't matter to anybody. Nobody really needs to know that. It's that simple. So yeah, I like the way I present myself, and I'm going to keep doing it whatever I feel is best for me and for other people to enjoy. Plain and simple. And I will keep doing what I do best. Alright, this one comes from Happy Tree Friends Fan 3, and he writes, Okay, here are my honest opinions. You are a very entertaining person to watch. I like to watch your Let's Plays, and somehow you always sound cheerful and make me in a good mood. Just continue being who you are and don't care about the haters. P.S. I've seen lots of suggestions of an Earthbound LP, so I hope you will do it. Yeah, I've had tons and tons of suggestions for Earthbound since I did Mother Zero. Probably even before I did Mother Zero. Will I get to it? Who knows? I'm rather wait for the right time to do so. And thanks for considering me very entertaining. I like to do what I can for what's suitable for me, for everybody to enjoy. As for me sounding cheerful, I have no reason to be negative or anything. Usually I don't record when I'm in a foul mood or if I'm sick or anything. So I try to make sure that I am absolutely ready to record, and that's when I do it. That's how I roll. That's okay. That seems the way I am. Okay, this one comes in from Aryan, and she writes, I think it is great when you do RPGs and read everything out in different voices. It makes your LPs unique and very entertaining, plus you can just enjoy the experience without having to be on your toes all the time to not miss a part of text explaining the story. Your throw-ins like the "oh really?" you think you like to add in here and there further add to the experience. You do not simply play the game, you become a part of it by reenacting it as you do. It is truly unique and great to watch. Love it. Well, of course, that's the plan I wanted to do with RPGs, rather than shallow reading everything in the same voice over and over for every character. It just would seem so boring and tedious and all that stuff. I wanted to feel like I was acting out the game. That's what I like to do. Feel like I'm a part of it, connect it, make the game the bigger star than me. It's all about the game. It's not about the person who's playing the game or reading the game or doing the commentary for the game. I like to put the focus on the game to make you visualize what it is that's going on. That's the way I like to do it. And I'm glad you enjoy it. Alright, this one comes from Shinobi Crusader, and he writes, Hello, Banga. I liked your channel and videos since I subscribed. I like the variety of games which you choose and the playthroughs. What I like most of all are the voices for the characters in the game cutscenes. What are the best memories of Let's Play I have? Many. Super Mario World Hacks, Mega Man Zero, Golden Sun, Castlevania. Those are my favorite games and give me a feeling of gaming nostalgia. I have only a few comments and questions. Could you do a Let's Play for any new console you like? Xbox 360, DS, Wii, etc. Will you do a Let's Play in co-op mode or 2 players? 1 is better, 2 are fun. Don't you mean 2 is fun? And number 3, in some of your videos you mentioned Touhou Project. Will you do a Let's Play for any of their games? I like to see a top 10. It would be your favorite games list, epic bosses, epic moments, whatever that can be included in a top 10. Keep up the good work and good luck. Well, thanks for the support and I will continue to keep up that good work. And hey, a little luck wouldn't hurt either. Glad to know that these are your favorite moments of Let's Playing because I really love those games as well. I'm thinking about finishing Mega Man 04 in the future just to finish off that series and probably focus on other series from there. New console LPs, I would do them if I were able to, but right now I can't. I don't have a capture card and I don't plan on getting one anytime soon. Co-op mode is a bit finicky because it all depends on that other person's schedule. Usually I like to go 1 player because I only got to focus on myself. When it comes to 2 players or more, then I got to deal with others. So that can get in the way and maybe delay things now and then. Touhou Project, I'll leave alone for now because I'm already wrapped up in other projects and other series that I'm in the middle of. And as for a top 10, I'll just ignore that because, well, there are lots of top 10s all around online, either on YouTube, IGN, etc. And I'd rather not deal with that because, well, it'd just be a lot of work. Plain and simple. Alright, this one comes from SK Allied A, and he writes, Just wanted to say that your voice annoys the piss out of me. Really, like nails on a chalkboard. But I still watch your stuff for some insane reason. It's not like your commentary is anything great either. You're just an addictive type of person. Oh, don't worry. That's just my decoy voice. Don't worry. I got a real voice, stowed away in the back. Don't worry. I'll magically change my accent for you. How does that sound, okay? But seriously, I'm surprised you think my voice is that bad. I mean, it's not like I do this on purpose. This is just what I was born with. If I just wanted to magically change my voice to something that you would enjoy, I still wouldn't do it, But I'm glad you still watch. I mean, it gives me views, which I find are more important than subscribers. Like, what's the point of having 10,000 subs if you get very little views? That's what I say. So anyways, glad you're still supporting me, even though you'll probably prefer to watch my stuff on mute for some reason. But that could be you, I don't care. Okay, and this last one comes from 8DarkDude8, and he writes, "You're a Canadian badass. The end." Short and sweet, just the way I like it. Yeah, and thanks for the support, Dark, my fellow naked gaming gamer guy, whatever you want to be called. Much appreciated. So anyways, that's it. I mean, that's not all the opinions that have been passed around of me. It's just that most of them are either repeated, too short, too long, and I don't have enough time to do every single one of them. In fact, many of them are very similar to the ones I've already shared with you now. So for those I excluded, my apologies, and don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you guys at all. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is the Banga signing off, saying goodbye, Godspeed, and take it easy, everyone. Bye.